students, in this session we are going to discuss about activity and activity life cycle of Android. So what is activity in Android? Activity is the basic building block of Android application. Up to now, what we study in Android, we understand about directory structure, how to create project via wizard, how to select minimum SDK level, how to select empty activity, because without selecting empty activity, you cannot design your phone screen. So from here, you understand that the importance of activity. The four basic building blocks of Android are activity, services, broadcast receiver, and content provider. Among them, activity is the base point of Android application. With the help of this basic building block, one programmer can make application of Android. Activity. An Android application is usually consists of one or more activities similar to a forms in Windows application that are loosely bound to each other. Activity is nothing just like a single screen interact with the user interface. For example, an email application might have one activity that shows a list of new emails, another activity to compose an email, and another activity for reading emails. In Android, an activity is made up of UI component, for example activity main.xml, and a class component, for example main_activity.java. Each activity is given a window in which to draw its user interface. Activities use views like text view button to form graphical user interface that display information and interact with user actions. Typically, one activity in an application is specified as the main activity, which is presented to the user when the application is launched. Each activity can then start another activity in order to perform different actions. You require to create a new activity for every screen you want to display. An activity can be created by extending activity class. Within this new class, you must define the user interface and implement your functionality. The basic skeleton code for a new activity is shown in below code. If you have worked with C, C++ or Java programming language, then you must have seen that your program starts from main function. Very similar way, Android system begins its execution by making call to its onCreate method. To assign a user interface to an activity, it is required to call setContentView method within the onCreate method of your activity. So what is setContentView method? SetContentView method is called with a layout resource defining your UI. It is responsible for creating window or for creating the activity screen. Android screen is designed by two things, Java file and XML file. Now to bind up these two files is done by r.java file. So here r.java file is automatically generated file .layout. r.java file has every entry of widgets with unique ID which are created in XML file. There are two ways to build user interface for the activity, using XML file and using program code. Creating user interface using XML file. In this approach, user interface of the activity is defined in the XML file reside in your resource layout folder. In the following example, it is defined in the XML file named activity main.xml as shown in below code. In this activity main.xml file, there is single text view is defined in the layout as UI. To assign this a user interface to an activity, it is required to call setContentView method by passing the resource ID for a layout defined in activity main.xml file as argument shown in below code. When you run the application, above activity looks as shown in below figure. Every activity you have in your application must be declared in your Android manifest.xml file as shown in below. In this file, activity is declared, which you can see that in bold text. Each string constant you have in your application must be declared in strings.xml file and reference these strings using the @string identifier as Android:text attribute is specified in text view. So here three strings constants are declared which are f1, settings and hello world. Suppose if you want to access f1 string, then you can reference this string in Android:text attribute which is specified in text view, such that Android:text is equal to @string/hello world. Let's understand life cycle of an Android activity. So within the life cycle callback methods, you can declare how your activity behave when the user leaves and re-enters the activity. To navigate the transition between stages of the activity lifecycle, the activity class provide callback methods. Activity lifecycle: from the moment an activity appears on the screen to the moment it is hidden, it goes through a number of states known as an activity lifecycle. An activity can be in different states which are described by the following table. In running state, activity is visible and interacts with the user. In paused state, activity is still visible but partially hidden. In stopped state, activity is not visible. Instance is running but might be killed by the system. In killed state, activity has been terminated by the system. The activity base class defines a series of events via predefined lifecycle methods that govern the lifecycle of an activity. The activity class defines the methods as shown in following table. First one method is onCreate. This method is called when activity is first created. Next one onStart method. This method is called when activity is becoming visible to the user. OnResume method is called when activity will start interacting with the user. OnPause method is called when activity is not visible to the user. OnStop method is called when activity is no longer visible to the user. OnRestart method is called after your activity is stopped prior to start. OnDestroy method is called before the activity is destroyed. Following figure shows the life cycle of an activity and the various stages it goes through from when activity is started until it ends. First, when activity is launched, then initialization of activity is done by onCreate callback method. Then it's handover to onStart method. In this, activity is ready to run for visible to UI. Then it's handover to on resume method, here it is the most important state where activity is in running state, where user is visible and can interact with widgets, can perform operation on their widgets. Then if another activity comes into the foreground, then it goes to on pause callback method. And if the activity is no longer visible, then it goes to on stop method. And if user again returns to that activity, then it goes to on resume method. And after on stop method, if activity is finishing or being destroyed by the system, then it goes to on destroy method, and then activity is shut down. In the following example, all the methods which are called on particular event during activity life cycle are implemented. Here in this XML file, there is single text is defined in the layout as UI. In this strings.xml file, string constants are declared, which is used in this example. Now, if you want to use variable of any class, then you have to initiate it. So here we can initiate it for text view and string. Now in main activity.java file, first on create method is override, and this this on create method has two method, set content view and find view by id. In set content view method is called by passing argument resource id for layout defined in activity main.xml file, and find view by id is called to get widgets text view id, and the return type of find view by id is view, but whose view, which is not known to technology. So programmer have to say technology. So here we have to cast into text view. That means we want to use view of text view. Then get text and set text method is used to set or get text. Text view dot get text code through, we can get text which is defined in text view and stored it in text variable. Then text plus inside on create method code through, we can concatenate previous string and this another string inside on create method and stored it in text variable. Now text view dot set text in bracket text code through, we can set text by passing text value as argument. Now on start method is overridden, and inside on start method message through, we can identify that on create method is handover to the on start method, and super dot on start, which is used in all callbacks method. So super dot on start means parent class constructor functionality is running, which is automatically done by technology. Then on resume method is overridden. Now override the on pause method when another activities come on foreground. Next, on stop method is overridden, and this code of on stop method is shown here. Then on restart method is overridden. Then onDestroy method is overridden, and inside onDestroy method message through, you know that this method is invoked. When you run the application, first the onCreate method is called and then onStart, onResume methods are called sequentially. And the text of TextView look like as shown in below figure. Then press home button on the handset and the activity will not be on foreground anymore, and the onPause method is called. When activity is not visible, it calls onStop method. Again, when the activity is visible, it calls onRestart method, onStart method, and onResume methods sequentially as shown in following figure. So I hope you like this session, and if you think this video is useful, then share it with your friends and like, and keep in touch to see another video. Thank you.